What's up, everybody? Happy New Year. I'm your guy, Jake, and I just want to show you a feel-good picture of Stevie Johnson flashing Happy New Year. I hope you all had a Happy New Year celebration. It's going to be a celebration this week 17 matchup, because I truly believe that the Buffalo Bills will squish the fish. Joseph Clark's in the house. Let's go. How's it going today, Joseph? Glad to see you on here. I want to start off just by giving you guys a fun fact, because the Friday fun fact today is since 2013, the Buffalo Bills are 8-3 against Miami, and they've outscored them by a total score of 267 to 206 points. This is something I expect to continue this week, and I just want to say, we've got some injuries. Cole Beasley, Reggie Gilliam, both ruled out. And then on Miami, Devontae Parker, Jakeem Bryant, Solomon Kinley, and Shaq Lawson are all listed as questionable. So, this leaves us with the question, what should the Bills do? Should they be resting their starters for the playoffs in a game that some people would say doesn't matter? But if you really think about it, this game has a significance, because a win here would lock up the 2 seed. A Pittsburgh loss would also do that, but we don't really want to rely on that. And the 2 seed, we're going to be playing the lower seed. So, the 2 seed, it really helps us throughout the playoffs. Love the background. Joseph, thank you. Thank you. This was done by my awesome girlfriend, Tyler. That was an amazing Christmas gift from her. We're going to continue here. So this game has more significance for the Dolphins, obviously, because if the Dolphins win, they're in. They are locked into a playoff spot. But they can also get in with a Baltimore loss, a Cleveland loss, or an Indianapolis loss. I'd expect the Dolphins to get in to the playoffs. They've probably earned that right at this point in time. But I'm going to talk more about the Dolphins-Bills matchup as we progress through the show. I want to go back and look at a statistic from the Patriots game, and I also want to look at some highlights from the last game we had against the Dolphins. So if you've got any questions, make sure you drop them throughout the show. Just drop your questions in the comments section. I'll get to as many as I can. And the stat I wanted to show about the Patriots, touchdown receptions in 2020, Stephon Diggs, 8. The whole New England Patriots franchise, everyone on the roster, 8. Stephon Diggs is tied with the New England Patriots for total touchdown receptions this year. I find that pretty funny. Cam Newton has struggled mightily, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the Dolphins. Let's show some highlights from the first time we played them way back in week 2, because this was a good game that we won by a score of 31-28. So here we see Reggie Gilliam with his first career touchdown. His only catch in his career, and that shows how Josh Allen spreads the ball. He spreads the ball like no one else. Has the most different receivers with the touchdown this year. And he's also tied for, the Buffalo Bills are tied for most players with a touchdown reception in general. Jay Campbell with the question, do you think Kenny Stills gets on the field this week? No, absolutely not. He has to clear some protocols first. So we can get him, and we can expect to see him just around the playoffs. Just in time for the playoffs, because he has to clear a bunch of protocols. So he's signed, but it's not necessarily official until right before the playoffs and after he clears all those protocols. We can't get him on the field right now. But continuing with the highlights, how about this?
What does Brian Dable call here? The offensive coordinator, 3rd and 8. Allen nearly flushed out. They're coming from every direction. Allen buying himself some time, fakes the throw, and he is still on his feet.
You can't take him down. Josh Allen is a freight train. Kyle Van Noy got trucked there. That was a hell of a play. Josh Allen showing why Buffalo fans love him. You can't take him down. It's impossible to take him down. He's got so much will, and that play was exemplifying everything Josh Allen is about. I was super hyped to see that, and Josh Allen is an absolute animal against the Miami Dolphins. I'll show some statistics about that after we go over these highlights. Here we have Gabriel Davis with a hell of a catch, and I'm sure you all remember this.
Allen has time now. Here they come. Throwing to the end zone. Was it caught? Touchdown!
It was caught. It was a touchdown. Unbelievable catch. And then this play, one of my favorite we've seen all year long.
They both worked out, but they were close.
Allen faking the handoff. He's going to sling it again towards the end zone. Wide open is Brown. Touchdown! And another brilliant pass.
Of the rock star, the air guitar. Josh Allen is a rock star. That play, that was one of my favorite plays all year long. I love it when the Buffalo Bills squish the fish. I absolutely despise that organization. Joseph Clark says Miami D is way better than the Bills. Miami's defense has been really good this year, but I truly believe that the Buffalo Bills are regaining that 2019 form, and we've seen that over the last couple of games. Going into this week, I don't know if we're going to be playing our starters or our backups. No one really does, but I think that our defense is just as good as the Dolphins. And in the playoffs, we're going to be shutting down some of these teams. But we're just going to outscore teams in the playoffs. That's what the Buffalo Bills do. We outscore teams. So as long as we have a middle of the pack or higher defense, I think we're good. Speaking of the defense, though, Joseph, I'm glad you brought that up because I'm going to go over the keys to the game defensively. We're going to move forward to this week's game. What are the defensive keys to shutting down the Miami Dolphins? Well, first of all, shut down Mike Gesicki. We've had big-time problems shutting down tight ends all year long, and Gesicki, he had over 130 yards against us in week 2. He had a touchdown. I believe he had 8 receptions. Gesicki, he killed us in that game. Luckily, we were able to come away with the win, but we need to learn how to shut down tight ends. Matt Milano coming back recently is going to be a huge help for that. Jay Campbell, I like that comment. We are quietly now a top 10 defense. We are. I truly believe that as well. You look back early in the season, we were struggling mightily on defense. Our run defense still isn't at the point where I'd like to see it to succeed, but it stepped up big time, and going forward, I think that our defense, you've seen it the past couple of weeks. We've had touchdowns multiple times. They're getting turnovers now, and yeah, Jared Reed, shout out to him. Answer is Matt Milano. Matt Milano is a big, big piece to shutting down tight ends. But our defense has been stepping up in a big, big way. But shutting down Mike Gesicki is easier said than done. He's a very talented tight end. I think he's going to be one of the best tight ends in the NFL for a long time. Another thing that we have to do this game, pressure Tua. You pressure Tua, he's probably not going to put up the best performance. He's had 1,453 yards passing, 10 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions this season. But he's also a rookie. If you get in his face, he's going to have a tough time. He's going to have a tough time making decisions. Devontae Parker is questionable for this game. Tua, I don't think he's that great, and he also doesn't have Ryan Fitzpatrick to bail him out because Ryan Fitzpatrick was ruled out of this week's game. Let's get to this comment here from Kathy. Josh Allen is going to be our QB that gets the Buffalo Bills to the Super Bowl. He'll bypass Jim Kelly and keep setting records with our receivers. We've got a great team, and Josh Allen, Diggs, Beasley, this whole team is great. Everything you said is true. I think that he will bypass Jim Kelly as the greatest Bills quarterback of all time. And I mean, Josh Allen, he's so talented. He has everything about Josh Allen is what you want to see in a quarterback. I love that comment. Seriously, love that comment. I gotta put that back up here. So he's going to be the quarterback that gets the Buffalo Bills to the Super Bowl. I believe that as well. And it's 10-1 odds for the Buffalo Bills winning the Super Bowl this year. Right now on betting websites, 10-1 odds. So every $100 you put on, it's going to be $1,000 payout. I might do that. Call me a homer, but I believe that the Buffalo Bills definitely can go there. Let's continue on with some things here. So I got into the keys of the game. Mike Gesicki, I was talking about him. He had 8 receptions for 130 yards and a touchdown versus Buffalo in week 2. So yeah, exactly. He's going to be extremely difficult to shut down. I want to get to some predictions for this week's game, score predictions, and player predictions, just random stats. But another comment here from Jared. Greatest Bills quarterback in this era. Kelly was greatest quarterback in his time. Glad they were and our QBs. I agree. We're pretty lucky to have Josh Allen as our quarterback. Just think of the quarterbacks we've had over the past, like during that drought, think about the quarterbacks we had for Josh Allen. It was a tough go. Jeff Toole, Nathan Peterman, Thad Lewis. I don't want to get into all these names. I have so many of these jerseys retired in my closet. They're never going to see daylight ever again. And it's unfortunate, but thankfully we have our guy. 2020 was a messed up year. It was a great year for the Buffalo Bills. And I expect 2021 to be a better year for the Buffalo Bills. They're going to continue getting better. They're going to be a high-level, competitive team that's constantly threatening to make a run for the Super Bowl for years to come. I truly believe that. Jared, I appreciate it. Always tuning in when you can. You do a great job. Thank you. Go Bills. Go Bills. Let's do it. I'll give some score predictions and drop your score prediction in the comments section. I'll post up all of them. I've got 34-20 for Buffalo. I think that this should be a pretty high scoring game. And the big question is, are we going to be resting our starters? I think we're going to come out and this game still has some meaning for us. We want the number 2 seed. I think we're going to try to win this game, and we should see our starters out there for maybe the first quarter or 2. I don't really want to see them on there the whole game. I just want enough game time, game speed to keep them game ready for next week come the playoffs. Because too many times you see teams the week before the playoffs, they just rest their starters and then they come out flat in the playoffs. I don't want to see that. I want to see us put the pedal to the metal, keep the foot on the gas, and move forward. Squish the fish, baby. Let's do it. Jay, any word on Beasley? Do you think he will be back next week? So Beasley was ruled out of this week's game, and I mean, I hope he's back for the playoffs. Hopefully. All speculation, but he's ruled out, and all we can do is hope at this time. So Joseph Clerk says 23-10 Fins. Fair enough. Bills still roll, even with the backups, 35-17. I like it. 31-17. 37-17. So holding the Dolphins to 17 would be a good thing. I'd be happy with that. Other predictions I've got for you guys, you can drop any player predictions, any stat predictions in the comments section below. Suck. So I have, for my predictions, with Cole Beasley being ruled out, I think that Gabriel Davis is going to step up this week. He will have 5 receptions for 84 yards and a touchdown. He had a touchdown in week 2. I already showed it, and I'll show it again because it was a beauty catch.
Allen has time. Now here they come. Throwing to the end zone. Was it caught? Touchdown!
That was a hell of a catch. Gabriel Davis, what a touchdown reception. I think he's going to have another this week. 84 yards and a touchdown on 5 receptions for Gabriel Davis. And, I mean, that's my predictions for this week's game. I believe that the Bills win and Gabriel Davis comes out like that. But we got some comment sections here. Jared Reed, Barkley throws for over 200 yards. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see Matt Barkley get some game time because, I mean, don't want to say it, but if anything were to ever happen to Josh, we'd need Matt Barkley to be ready. So the more game time, the more playing time he gets, the better it is for us as well. So keeping our starting guys ready and keeping our backup guys ready is going to be beneficial. We need to rotate both in. My game plan for this would be get an early lead. Even if we're not leading at half, I'm rolling in the backup, the second, third string guys. Come the third and fourth quarter, that's when I'd be rolling them in. Without Beasley, is McKenzie our next best slot receiver? I think Gabriel Davis could be pretty good in the slot as well. Maybe John Brownovan, but Isaiah McKenzie could be a good slot guy. All these guys are good slot receivers, but Cole Beasley is undoubtedly the best. I want to talk about going around the NFL. We'll get to every game. I'll give you my prediction, my insight of who I believe is going to win every game. And we'll get to some questions at the end of the show as well. So let's start off around the NFL. We have Ravens versus Bengals. I have Baltimore winning this game. I don't think there's any chance that Cincinnati comes out on top. This game has significant meaning for the Baltimore Ravens. Steelers versus Browns. I've been saying this for a while. I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers are a bit overrated. Like, they've been going down. Their play has been just going down the past 5 weeks or so. It's been clear. I think that the Cleveland Browns should win. I don't really have confidence in either of these teams to win this game, but my pick would be the Cleveland Browns. Vikings versus Lions. I gotta go with the Vikings next. That game doesn't mean anything to me. Jets Patriots. I have a weird feeling that the Jets might win this game. The Jets suck at everything they do, and that includes losing. I think the Patriots actually might lose this game. Cowboys, Giants. I think the Giants should win this game. Falcons, Buccaneers. Buccaneers have already secured a playoff spot. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bit of a upset with Atlanta winning, but I'm gonna stick with Tampa Bay winning this game. Saints versus Panthers. I've got New Orleans. Even with Kamara ruled out, I just think the Saints are too good to not beat the Panthers. Jaguars, Colts. Not even gonna say it. Packers, Bears. The Packers will win. Chargers, Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes ruled. Well, he hasn't been ruled out. I just believe that I'm pretty sure I read that he's not starting this week. I'm going to say the Chargers still lose. They're still going to lose because Anthony Lynn is an awful head coach. Raiders, Broncos. I'm going to go with the Raiders. Cardinals, Rams. Rams should win this game, I think, at home. Seahawks versus 49ers. I'm going to take Seattle. And Washington versus Eagles. If the Washington football team wins this game, they're in. I have no confidence in any team from the NFC East. It's horrible joke of a division, but I'm going to take Washington to win that game. Alex Smith is playing the better quarterback than Dwayne Haskins, who's been released by them. That's a big surprise, by the way. I mean, I guess you could say he saw it coming, but he was a first-round pick not that long ago. Yeah, Washington should win that game, I think. I want to talk about Stephon Diggs a bit, though, because I think you could make the case for Stephon Diggs to be in the MVP discussion. Stephon Diggs has had a massive impact on Josh Allen's progression this season. Josh Allen looked good in 2019, but he's looked worlds better in 2020. He has been taking a huge leap, and Stephon Diggs, the Diggs effect, has played a big role in it. Stephon Diggs, through 15 games with the Buffalo Bills, has 120 receptions for 1,459 yards, 8 touchdowns, and he's averaging 12.2 yards per reception. 12.2 yards per reception. So if you get the ball to Stephon Diggs, he's going to average at least a first down for you. That Diggs effect is huge, and it allows other receivers to have more time to get open because Stephon Diggs is such a viable option that the focus is always going to be on him, and they're going to double cover him. If they don't double cover him, he's just going to get open, and he's going to make you pay for it. There is no way of shutting down Stephon Diggs, and this Bills offense is unreal. Joseph Clark with a great question. What is Diggs' greatest skill? I think his greatest skill has to be his route running, but his skills, he has such a great skill set. He's a team guy. He has the skills. His route running is elite. I think he's the best route runner in the NFL and probably the best elite route runner since Antonio Brown when he was in his prime. But his greatest skill is his route running. There's so many great skills he has. Another great skill he has is the fact that he can just catch anything. The way he catches them and keeps his feet in bounds on the sideline catches unreal plays. Stephon Diggs is a highlight reel player. Got a comment from Jarrett Reed. Dawson Knox may be utilized more with Beasley out. That's a good point. I could see that for sure. And I hope that Dawson Knox, his consistency takes a step up because he's been inconsistent. His hands have been inconsistent all year long. The past 2 years, we've seen this with Knox, and I think that we should bring in another tight end next year. That's a discussion I believe that Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott need to have. The Buffalo Bills need to bring in another tight end to help support Dawson Knox and Tyler Kroft because these guys are good, but they're not great. And if you had an elite tight end in this offense, it would be unstoppable. If it's not already, it would be unstoppable. And how about Josh Allen? Can you make a case for him to get MVP? Give me a second and I'll make a case for Josh Allen for MVP. So we all know the MVP frontrunners. You have Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen. Derrick Henry's name's been thrown in there. But the two favored ones by the mainstream media are Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. We all know that. But Josh Allen has more passing yards than Aaron Rodgers and more total touchdowns than Patrick Mahomes with a tougher schedule. He's played a much tougher schedule than either of these two guys. And if you took Josh Allen out of the Buffalo offense, it wouldn't be pretty. If you took Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers out of their offense, it wouldn't be pretty either, but I think that they would be well managed still. You have Jordan Love there in Green Bay, and I'm sure Andy Reid can coach up some offensive schemes for Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen is a legit MVP contender. I wish that people in the mainstream media would pay more attention to Buffalo and Josh Allen and what he does. But I think that it's kind of a popularity vote. He's not going to win MVP this year, I don't think. I think he should be in the discussion more than he is. But I believe next year is going to be Josh Allen's MVP season. People are just kind of opening their eyes to what Josh Allen's been doing. And it's sad that it's taken them this long to realize his greatness and what he's capable of doing. But I think next year people are really going to see that Josh Allen is the guy if they haven't already. Sad they haven't already. Next year is going to be the year Josh Allen wins MVP for the Buffalo Bills. I truly believe that. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments section. I will get to them before I get off of this live show here. Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins this week. This is a Friday night forecast. And I want to show Josh Allen's stats against the Miami Dolphins because he has torched them in his career. In 5 games against the Miami Dolphins, Josh Allen has passed 96 of 153 attempts for 1,328 yards, 14 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions, with 33 rushing attempts for 337 yards and 3 touchdowns. 17 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. Josh Allen has torched the Dolphins, and he's been a different animal. He's been like a shark, taking out the Dolphins, squishing the fish, and he is 4-1 in his career through 5 games against the Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins will have no answer for Josh Allen this week. I know their defense is a good defense, but Josh Allen will torch them. He had 415 yards passing in week 2 against them, and that was just when he was kind of getting familiar with this new offense. Josh Allen's going to go off this week. The Buffalo Bills will squish the fish, and I hope that we keep the pedal to the metal, at least for the first half. We drive the Dolphins into the ground, squish them, step on them, squish the fish. The Buffalo Bills should win this game. I'll show my score prediction once again, and then I'm going to get out of here. My score prediction for this week's game is 34-20 for the Buffalo Bills. So I will see you guys post-game show. I'll be doing a post-game show Sunday right after the Bills-Dolphins. A couple hours after that, I will be here on the Bills Bunker live YouTube and Facebook. Make sure you check it out. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching. This is the Bills Bunker. This is Jake. I'll see you next time.